Hey guys, this is the Grimlock88 with a review of a knockoff. And you might be wondering what this is a knockoff of. It's a knockoff Transformer. And they called the series Transmorphers. And essentially, they actually based them off of the actual cars, like with Vinyl Tech / Alternity line. And essentially the names of people, like the robots, were the same names as the model car of the car. And so I'm here to show you what this line had to offer. Because essentially, if you had one, you had them all. When it came to this stuff, this series. Here we have this Jeep, I forgot the name because I lost the packaging a long time ago. It doesn't really even roll well, but you can take the top roll bar off and remove it, and you have this. And to transform it, it's actually more parts forming actually. You yank this off, you stand it up, you flip the seats down, and that's essentially the legs. Now when you turn it around, you're going to find this. And from there, again, more parts forming, and I don't even remember part of this. So could you give me a minute? Yeah. Essentially, that's what I was afraid of. Because the cheap plastic, this whole thing, is literally just was hanging there by a thread. But you could still peg it in, partially. But you yank this piece off. Have to do it a little gently to make sure it stays okay. You pull up the head, and then finally you have these wheel pieces on a ball joint, and from there you can pull those up. Oops. That was my fault. Let me put that back on. And essentially you just flip these forward into the shoulder pieces. Then you rotate these up. Extend the legs, and you can split them, although it doesn't do you too much good. And here he is in robot mode. He does come with a few accessories, one of which being is this thing. He can hold it as a gun or a shield, actually. Sorry if I'm a little quiet. Because I don't really like using this live cam, because I want to give you some better quality reviews, and to do that I would need an actual camera and a place to actually do the reviews, which I had a spot in mind, but I would also need the actual camera, which I don't have at this time. So I have to kind of be careful and use this. So that's as a shield, and that's like as a tri-barreled gun, which is okay, I guess. He also comes with another weapon, and that would be a sword. So he doesn't hold it all that well, which kind of sucks, because it's also kind of a sucky sword. because you have this small handle, then you have this huge piece, like right here, and then you have the blade right here, which it lights up, which that's kind of cool. But problem with that is that, sorry, you can switch out the blades because it comes with two blades. You have this jagged, almost looks kind of like Dinobot's blade from Beast Wars, and that's what it would look like lit up. I don't really like that blade because it actually doesn't even, like, it snaps out a little too easy, and you can actually, like, if it fell out of the hand because it's done that before, it won't stay in. But with this one, it's really sturdy. Now, what I didn't like is that this thing is really big, for the light. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can actually cut off some of the excess stuff, but you'd have stuff exposed and that wouldn't be good. But essentially that does, yeah. And he just is not all that sturdy. So, that's not good. You can actually also open the doors to create hip guards, which is kind of cool. Let's quickly go over the articulation. In the head, it's non-existent, because so you have to pull up the head, which, okay, that'll happen. Because the shoulder panels, it could get in the way of posing him, but there are ways around it. So for his arms, actually, trying something new. Oh, and standing him is also a pain. He has a ball jointed shoulder, but because of the way that the ball joint is set up, sometimes when you try to pose him, he'll end up getting a weird. It's kind of hard to keep. It doesn't peg into place, so when you try to pose it, it's almost impossible to just freely pose your figure. It does have a ball jointed elbow. For the legs, it does have a knee. See its knee, but does not matter how well the knee works, because the minute you try to release it, it does that. You could get him into a giant I'm a smashing something with my foot pose. So again, that won't last very long unless you can, maybe if you do it just right, maybe, put this, try to aim the weight over on this side. Okay, so you can get them into I'm a smashing something with my giant foot pose, which is pretty cool. But this is kind of worth the pickup. Well, I got them at a Dollar General for about $5, $4, somewhere around there. And it doesn't hold all together that well. It doesn't really, the quality of the plastic is not very good. Altogether, the overall look is not all that well presented, and there are some flaws with the paint design. I don't know if you notice here, this one is fully painted. This one, not all that much. Again, kind of like a minor nitpick, but again, it's they're selling a product in which you might want to buy. They might want to actually make it look somewhat like it's supposed to look. I don't know, that could just be me, but and I hate to say it, but in this kind of scenario, even Armada Hotshot looks good. So I don't know what you would consider this type of scenario, of it being an abomination or something something that came from the fiery pits. I really hate this figure. You can't pose it very well. I tried. You saw me. Did you not see me? I tried. The thing is falling apart on me. Yeah, there's a stress mark right there. Right there. Because I actually tried playing with it. Let's see, it's a toy. One that is sold in stores. One that was meant to be played with, correct? Yes? Yes? Okay. And lastly, it was meant to be used as was intended. Yes? It was, yes, cheap, but could have been better presented. I wish I had a Rock Lord, because even that is better than this. Yes, Rock Lords is better than this. In fact, I actually even like Rock Lords. So, what's that telling you? The Rock Lords were presented better, slightly. They actually had more of a turnout than other things did, like this. Well, this has been the Gridlock 88. I want to thank you for watching this review, and we'll have many more reviews coming up pretty soon, being that this is the new year. So, I want to thank you, and I'll see you again. Take care.